Howdy everyone, and welcome back to another weekend episode of Cooking with Mary Sue. Before we begin, I'd like to remind everybody, please hit the like and subscribe and share. Please share this with all your friends. I'm trying to get my little channel to grow a little faster than it is. It's doing good, but I want to go faster. Try to share with everybody. I need some more subscribers, please. And there'll be links below to my other channels. You'll see them down there. And there'll be a link to my eBay store. I do sell on eBay quite a bit. And a link to my book website. I wrote this book, had it published last year. You can see the title of it there. It's available on Amazon, eBay, Barnes & Noble, and iTunes. And it has a website called animalsliftourspirits.com. If you go to that website, you'll read a little bit about me, about the book, and there's a little button on that site that takes you right to Amazon. How easy is that? Today, we're going to be cooking a casserole. I like to make casseroles a few times a month and put them back, and sometimes casserole would do us for 3 or 4 days, and that cuts down my cooking during the week if I make one on the weekend. Or sometimes I will freeze half of it for later, and then in the future, say next week or next month, I don't want to do any cooking one day, I just go grab some of the casserole out of the freezer and stick it in the microwave. And this is going to be a very hearty casserole. It's called Cowboy casserole. That's kind of an old recipe that I will assume that was used by the cowboys out on the trails many years ago. It's something that's easy to throw together. It's very filling. I just got all your most important food groups in it, which is cheese, meat, and potato. How about that? Who doesn't like meat and potato? Most men love meat and potato meals. My husband does, so I know he's going to love this casserole. Or he might sneak just a few vegetables in he won't know about. Let's get started. To get started here, I've got a nice big skillet here. I throw a little butter into it. You can use oil or butter, either one. I'm going to saute some bell pepper onions together. Just get it a little brown, just a little bit. I just grab these out of the freezer. I keep these chopped up in the freezer all the time to use in casseroles. You don't really have to use fresh vegetables like this for a casserole because they're going to get mushy when you cook them anyway. So I took some out of the freezer. I microwaved them to thaw them out. And then I had to drain them to get the excess water out. But they're fine now. And I'm just going to put them here and let them get a little brown. Or a little caramelized, you might call it that. Okay. Let these get a little brown. It takes about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Turn this up a little higher would help. Let me go up to about medium. I had it too low. Okay. Now already, see that's a little bit too hot. Let me get my rag. To save a little time on my video, I went ahead and cooked a pound of ground beef right here in this little skillet. That's a whole pound. I didn't see where you need to see me cook it because about anybody can cook ground beef. Just cook it, brown it, and drain it. In fact, I usually just drain it with a paper towel. I'll push the meat to one side, and just put a paper towel there and let it soak up the excess. It takes about 2 paper towels, and that's it. That's a much easier way to drain it, I think. This is starting to get hot. Oh, the onion and bell pepper smells really, really good. Let's show you what I'm going to put into it in a few minutes. The beef, and then a can of diced tomatoes, very small diced ones. I'm going to throw in a can of pinto beans. That makes it a little more hearty, a little more filling. Give you a little extra protein with the meat. You can use any type of bean you like. My husband loves pinto beans the best. You could use chili beans, kidney beans, what else? Pork and beans. You could use pork and beans too, are good. But I did drain these. They're drained. If you want to make this a little spicier tasting, you could use Rotel. But I'm not going to because I don't like my things too spicy. But if you want it nice spicy, use Rotel. And the one thing that you should put in here that I'm not going to put in here is corn. I absolutely love corn, but my husband's not supposed to eat it, according to his doctor, so I won't put it in there. But I will serve this as a side dish for myself. Tonight when I eat this, I'll just have it on my plate or a little bowl next to it, and I'll mix it together myself. But you do want to add canned corn to this. I'm going to take a little bit of sour cream, about 1/3 of a cup or 2 tablespoons. And I'm going to put 2 different kinds of cheese in it. This is a Mexican style 4-cheese blend. And here's one of my favorites, extra sharp. you could put just regular spices like chili powder, cumin, red pepper, different things to make it hot and spicy. But I'm going to take a shortcut way. I love shortcuts. I'm going to use a package of chili mix. It has everything I like in there. Or if you want to, you could use taco mix, either one. But I'll use chili today. I'll use taco next time I make this. I love changing my recipes up, changing them around, kind of experiment with them. So, almost ready for the beef. This has gotten, I can hear them sizzling. I don't know if you can, but I can. I'm going to add the meat in there next. See, my skillet's, oh, it's not too warm anymore. It was hot for a while. There. That's a whole pound of ground beef in there. I use a metal one for my cast iron, but for this non-stick, I use the wooden spoons. You have to kind of be careful with your non-stick pans and don't use metal in them, or they'll scratch. Although I don't know how I get scratches in these anyway. When I don't use metal, I'll look around, there's a scratch in there. Where did that come from, I wonder? That's looking nice and good. This would be the point you'd add your corn right now, but I'm not going to add it in this. But you would add it if you're going to put it in there. Okay. Now I'm about ready to add the tomatoes. Okay. I'm going to add my beans. If you like a lot of beans, you can put 2 cans in this if you want to. I'll make it stretch it a little bit more. Now, I did say in the beginning, I think, that this was going to be a budget-friendly recipe, and most of it is. The only thing that's kind of pricey is the beef. If you bought beef lately, you know it's gone up sky high everywhere. I think around here, beef is close to $6 a pound. So if you're on a tight budget and want to make it a little bit cheaper, they add some other type of meat, like, what I'm thinking of, ground turkey, ground chicken, and I think you can get ground pork. All those will cost a little bit less than beef. So it's just up to you. But you do really need some type of meat in this to make it thick and hearty. Now I'm going to add my chili seasoning. Now we're ready for our chili spice here. Ooh, I have a strange cowboy here next to me. What you doing, partner?
That smells good.
Well, do you have your cowboy hat on? You have to have a cowboy hat to eat this. You're kind of tall there. You might have to shrink down some.
I can't get that
You
low.
can't get that low?
I've got to get on my knees.
Well, hold on a
But
second.
then you'd have to help me up.
Well, hold on just a second.
Now then.
How about that? Everybody gets to see my handsome cowboy here. I'm making you some cowboy casserole, hun. We might be on this next couple of days.
Yeah.
How's it smelling? Now I'm going to add just a little bit of sour cream and then the cheese. Let's get back to see what we're doing down here. Down here, where us little people are. What?
If you eat this, then you can grow up to be like me.
Well, maybe I better eat the whole skillet myself then. Now I'm going to add a little bit of sour cream and then some cheese. I think that looks about like a third of a cup.
Am I in your way?
No, not a bit. You want to look in the freezer over there and grab me out that bag of tater tots? It comes in handy sometimes around here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're stuffed in there. I had to go buy some tater tots down the road a while ago. I didn't have any. If you're out of tater tots, you could make this with hash browns. It would be just as good with hash browns. Believe me.
Oh, that's not this one I did.
No, that's not tater tots. that's hash brown patties. There's a bag of tater tots in there. Keep looking. They're smushed in there on the top shelf.
Hell, It's attacking me.
You found them. Ah, some technical assistant you are. Now we're going to add my 2 cheeses. In this, I'm going to add some of this 4-blend Mexican style. It has shredded Monterey Jack, cheddar, queso quesadilla, and asadero. And then on top, we'll add my favorite, the extra sharp. Let me see. This is a little less than half a bag. Let's dump it all. There. How about that? How does that look? Let me turn it down a little bit. I don't want it bubbling too hot. Okay, let me stir it down a little faster there. Ooh, you see that cheese melting off through that. See, this is very fast to throw together. You can put this all together in less than 10 minutes. And it's going to cook in the oven on 350 for about 30 minutes until the tater tots get golden brown. It's looking good, isn't it? Ooh. Okay, we are ready. I told them I'm leaving the corn out. Normally you put corn in this, but I'll just have corn as a side dish for myself tonight. The doctor doesn't want you eating corn, he said. I have a, how big is 28-ounce bag of tater tots. It'll probably maybe take the whole bag. I'll put 1 layer on the bottom. Ooh. What if I sure used a little bit smaller dish? Let me keep spreading these around here. There. I did change my pan from a large one to a small 8x8, only because I didn't have enough tater tots for 2 layers in that 9x13. I know next time if I want to make that big dish over there, I need 2 bags of tater tots. But this will be fine right here, the smaller one. Now we're going to pour some of the chili over here in it. Heavy, 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 heavy. Hold on a minute. Let me move my tater tots out of the way some. Here, use that spoon there, okay. As the stuff comes out, let's go, it gets lighter weight. How about that? Oh, that's going to be perfect. He was worried there might be too much chili in it, but I don't think it will, because it's going to slide down and mash down a little bit. It's going to spread out. I think that worked out just fine, I think. Now, more tater tots on top. That burns off. And then cheese all over that, and then we'll be ready to bake. Can't really dump them fast on the top like I did on the bottom, because I don't want to stick all in one spot on this chili. You want to cover up all the little spaces just about. Now you can point out all the little spots. He's a good pointer. That one. That one. Some in the middle there. Another one here. Try and use all these up. Got about a handful left. This is looking better and better, isn't it? I only got about a dozen left, not less than a dozen, I think. Guess I should put 1 or 2 more on the bottom. We're about to run out of room, aren't we?
Yeah, that's all of them gone.
Yeah, it's okay. It's only 4 or 5 left. That's all right. That'll do. Cheese on top of that. The cheese will melt down through this really good. Extra cheddar, extra sharp is one of my favorite cheeses to use. This is a nice, good, it's kind of a large shredded type. It's not finely shredded. ready for the oven. There you go. I have a casserole dish like this that's really full to the top. Before I put it in the oven, I put it on a pizza pan, just in case it runs over a little bit. I won't get the oven all dirty. You want to open the squeaky door for me? Squeak! Sure the oven didn't belong to the Addams family maybe one time?
As long as lurch is not in the rotate.
There. Now about 30 minutes I'll check it, see if it's golden brown, and we'll be right back. Well, we're back and it's ready. Looky here. Let's see. Oh, these are hot right here. Make it a regular pot rag. It came out just perfect. It did cook about 40 minutes in the oven on 350. Look at that, golden brown, nice and thick. That is going to be so delicious tonight. Like I said, I am going to serve myself some corn as a side dish, but normally you would put the corn in this recipe. That wraps up for this week. I'll be back next week with another budget-friendly recipe. There you go. Looks gorgeous. Smells great. On top there, you might notice I put a little bit of chives, dried chives on top, just because it looks pretty, that's all. It looks good. And it tastes good too. So I'll be back next week with another budget-friendly recipe. Right now, with the way the prices are going up at the store, up, and up, nothing's coming down yet. I think we all need to find ways to stretch our dollar and stretch our food. So I've been thinking recipes that will be good for big families. Now, something like this is more than enough for just for two of us to last probably almost all week. Or I may freeze half of this for later. But I've got some other things that will help people stretch their dollar, especially if they have a large family. So I will see y'all next week. God bless everyone. Bye.